Hello and welcome back to Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Now, last time out I was doing my 6-month review part 1 and I did receive some very nice comments. I apologise if I've not actually responded to all of the comments. I've been starting to get a lot more comments, and then when I take a look at them, some go missing, and then YouTube doesn't want to respond to some of them, so I type it, I press enter, and then nothing happens, or I press reply, nothing happens, then I lose the comments, etc. But I have read them all. I probably will get around to responding to some additional ones, but some of the comments said that some of the things that I addressed in there, for example, shimmering clouds and the weird mesh bugs and things like that, were going to be updated in the update, which happened the day after I released the video. So here we are with part 2, same aircraft, but I am in New York. I sort of replicating what I did when I first picked this title up. I was in Britain to start with, then I went to New York to try out the Photogrammetry city, and let's have a look and see what we've managed to, what we've got. Have things changed? Are things better? I was having a lot of difficulty with the Photogrammetry cities. No matter what I did, I could not get it to work properly, and it wasn't to do with my internet connection, because I have, well, actually a fantastic internet connection. Extremely fast upload and extremely fast download speeds and a very fast upload speed. So let's have a look. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to fly around a bit, see what changes have been made over the world update. I'm not going to talk too much about the world update. I'm going to make a separate video on that because it's based in the UK, which means I will be able to rip it apart if it's wrong and thoroughly praise it if it is right. But anyway, for now, let's see if the Photogrammetry city works better. Right, so I'm just going to take off, and I've actually tried on this to upgrade the textures to ultra. Somebody said, oh, maybe my textures or graphic settings are not quite there. I've checked them all. I've made sure that they are all as they should be. So let's see what we get as we take off. I also have done the whole downloading this as a manual cache thing. By the way, top tip for the world update: you have the world update, disable or delete all your manual cache and do it again. That's my top tip. That's kind of really important. I'm really happy about obviously the fact that we can pause this now, because that's going to make it so much better for me to take a look at things as I start flying around. So I mean, I'm already going to say that it doesn't look any better. No, wait, correction. No, it doesn't. I don't understand it. We've had a lot of time to fix this, and this is the problem that I'm having. Now, as I said, I've got a really good internet connection, really fast. I've had this on manual cache. I should not do that, I'm going to stall. I've had this on a manual cache. It's not been any better. I've got the premium deluxe version, or whatever it is, digital premium deluxe, whatever it's called. It's not digital actually, it's a boxed version. Yes, I actually went for the boxed version. Now this, as I said, once you're up close, look, that's great. I like that. In fact, I'll be honest, no, that really hasn't improved. See, it's just, as you start getting things in the distance, I know exactly what it's doing. I do know exactly what it's doing. I think this altitude is good enough, so In fact, if I just jump inside, just for the sake of it, that looks right, that looks right. Stick the heading bug. In fact, no heading bug. Let's just do altitude, hold. There we go. That will do. Now I can go outside and I should still be able to turn the aircraft, there you go, and maintain altitude. Oh, okay. No, it doesn't do the whole roll mode thing. That's fine. That's not a problem. That's actually fairly realistic, I think. So yes, this, nice. Yeah, as we're nice and close to it, I like the way, oh, not everything, but most of it. Most of it's good. But again, look at New York City. That is not how it's supposed to be. And now I'm dreading the London or the UK update, because they've got photogrammetry cities in the UK. You've got London, Birmingham, Cambridge, Oxford, and somewhere else. I'm surprised they haven't done things like Cardiff and Edinburgh, or Dublin and Belfast. That's disappointing. They really should have done that. But anyway, this is with ultra settings on the textures. I thought maybe it was that. Let's see. Let's just change things around, right? As an experiment here, because this is important. This is very important. I'm going to go to my graphics. There we go. There's the graphics. Here we go. Frame rate 60, fine. Scaling 100. Would this, let's see, if so this provides the highest quality at the highest cost, fine. Let's try this. Let's do that just out of curiosity. Look, 200%. We're trying to do a 4K. We're trying to render 4K. My computer is going to die on this, but it's fine. Right, terrain, level of detail, that one doesn't matter. Look, buildings, ultra. Trees, high. Grass, bushes, medium. We really don't need any more of that. Object level of detail. Again, I just do not. Volumetric clouds, high, that's fine. Textures, ultra. This is fairly high on a lot of these things. Yeah, I'll switch bloom off intentionally. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. It's going to lag out probably badly, but no, it isn't lagging out badly. Okay, but it does actually make it look worse, because now, oh wow, I'm surprised at how well done, computer. My computer's just surprised me at how well it's managing to do that. Okay. Let's play around a little bit more with the settings. Again, I'm doing this all live because this is a review. I want to show you what I can see and what I'm getting. Let's bump this up to, I don't know, 150. Let's see if that improves anything. And I've added in a little bit more anti-aliasing. This is probably going to start lagging a lot. Nope, still okay. But look at the buildings. That's not right. This is good. Not great, good. It's working. That's a work in progress. Photogrammetry at that level, work in progress. They're trying to improve it. That I completely understand. Actually, I'm quite surprised at my graphics here. I'm surprised my sim is handling this. But no, they haven't. They did a USA update, and look, now the buildings are starting to come in slowly, but still, it doesn't look like it should be. Oh, I do want to check. They've had some while to check these bugs. They've obviously had a USA update. This is one of the biggest cities. It's a photogrammetry city. Let's see if they've fixed the bug on the bridge. I remember the bug on the bridge. By the way, again, in terms of if you didn't watch the last video, some of the good things that I've seen here. One of the things that I have noticed is they have fixed the weather. It's adjust the weather to something else. There we go. Yeah, those shimmering, all that weird shimmering on the oh, there's still some there, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better, so well done. So that's one of the positives that they've got. Other positives they have, for example, are things like the performance. The performance is much better. Okay, they haven't even fixed that. Come on, Asobo Studios. What? This is supposed to be one of your main cities. One thing that they have done, they've got this. They've fixed up the turbulence, which I think is quite nice. So the turbulence is better as you're flying over these buildings, and I think that's nice and realistic. I like that concept and what they're doing with it. That's a good thing. You can actually see the turbulence as I'm flying over, which is really nice. Let's see. As I said, this is fairly smooth. Let's see what happens if I adjust let's adjust some more settings here. Let's bring the render scaling down, because that doesn't seem to be helping. That just makes it look kind of nice. So we'll bring it down to, should we bring it down to 150? There we go. Let's bring it down to 150. Terrain level of detail. Let's see what happens if we bring that up to 150. And then object level of detail hasn't done anything. I think that's as good as we're going to get. I want no motion blur, actually. And let's see what that does. So again, applying the settings. There you go. Oh, slightly better frame rates. Buildings. Oh, hang on a minute. Has that solved it? No. No, it hasn't. Problematic. Definitely problematic. And I really do want this to work. I mean, just up close, that looks really good. You cannot beat that. What I want to see is, and I think I know what the problem is. I do think I know what the problem is on this. The problem is that as the level of detail model is dropping off, you're ending up with the level of detail dropping off. It's sort of trying to simplify the triangles on it. So it's probably looking at this and going, oh, okay, how do I simplify all these complex triangles that it's trying to work out with the photogrammetry? And all it can work out is how to turn it into a blob. So that's exactly what it's doing. It's turning it all into a blob. And it looks terrible. And there you go, you can see it again. In the distance. There you go, things are turning back into these weird spires and blocky structures. And you can see it happening in front of you actually. If I stay like this and we fly away, just take a look in the background. Keep your eyes on the background. I'll try and fly straight. And you will start seeing these things becoming blobs. It doesn't help that the camera moves as I'm doing this. yeah, that's that. There's nothing you can really say about that, is there? That's just bad. On the positive side, of course, they've been working hard on the physics. Things have got better. They've been working on the weather. They've been working on the turbulence and the electronics, electrical systems, the avionics, all of those things in the various aircraft. They have been working on them, and those have been getting better. So there is a positive there. And of course, photogrammetry, if you're up at 30, 40,000 feet, not really going to matter. So if you're flying jetliners, not going to matter. The only reason I bring this up, and somebody might not be watching this whole video and has probably decided to comment on it, so I've had that before where they do not watch the whole video. The reason I am bringing this up is because they made such a big deal about this. That's why I bring things like this up. Not because I want to slate Asobo Studios for the slightest things that they do. It's because they make a big deal about this. And if you're going to make a big deal about it, you should have tested it. Really? Look, those are going up and down the actual wires of the suspension bridge. By the way, weird thing. Photogrammetry bridge? Non-photogrammetry bridges. George Washington and whatever the other bridge is. It's not Queensborough, is it? Brooklyn? Williamsburg, something like that. So, unfortunately, this has once again fallen short of expectations. What I am going to do though is still take a screenshot, because when you're up close, it's good. When you're up close, it's very nice. It's just in the distance that it's a bit of a problem. So I'm going to probably go like this. What's the active pause again? P? No. Oh, just pause. There we go. Go to showcase, and again, I'm not going to talk about this too much. This is actually a really nice. This is a really nice system. Once you get used to it, I think you can do. Can you do focus as well? I'm not sure how the focus mode works on it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh wait, auto. There you go. Manual. How do you do a manual focus? Not a clue. And there, look. It does look. It does look quite nice when you do something like this. How do I, it's F, that's it. I don't think people are going to argue that this here looks bad. I want to get, okay, I've got an idea. If I get to Central Park, I should be able to get Empire State in view. Straight from there. Let me know in the comments box, have other people been having problems like this? I know some have and some haven't. Specifically, I'd like to know for people who have bought the box set. I think that is something that's important to take into consideration. So whether you've bought the box set or not. Because I do not know if that's something that's... I don't know if that's something that changes what's going on and how it runs. Right, let's do this and then active pause. There we go. Showcase. And you can already tell it's New York, but that's sort of what I'd like get. Maybe it isn't quite what I'd like. No, go on, focus on the right thing. I know what you need to focus on, so focus on it. There you go. Great. So, just a very easy way to see things here. Look at the city up close. Looks really good. Fairly realistic, in fact very realistic. Far better than anything you'd get on what do you call it? Why have I lost the focus on that? There you go. Far better than anything you'd get in X-Plane or Prepared or the old flight simulator. Much better. However, then I want you to take a look over on the right hand side in the distance. You can see the bridges there, or you can see a silhouette of a bridge, and then you just see this horrible mess. And also on the left hand side in the distance you see the same thing, and you can see a bridge way out in the distance. If I now actually get rid of this focus mode so you can see this properly, you can see that problem. Now I don't know. Oh, this is just going to be really slow. Okay. Is there a drone fly speed? Drone speed. Yep, there you go. Let's really explore this. So as we get closer to these, you can see they get a lot better. See? Much better. And that's exactly what I mean. But on the other side, that looks terrible. Get closer to this and you will actually see things popping in and sharpening up. You can see that happening to the buildings. And look, that's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah, all these buildings, very nicely done. You can actually see them loading in. And I'm not sure why this is such a problem. And I wish I had an answer for this, because then I would tell everybody, look, just do this and it will work a lot better. But it doesn't. Where is my aircraft? Oh, there it is. Wow, Central Park really is a frame killer, isn't it? Massively. Right, Central Park kills frames massively. Also, it's something out of War of the Worlds or something. Or not War of the Worlds, Planet of the Apes. Look at the size of the trees here. So again, okay, that's a bug that I'm sure they're going to fix. That I'm not too fussed about. I'll be honest. That kind of stuff, not such a big deal, although it does look, now that I'm looking down like that, it does look quite crazy. But not as much of a big deal as the problems with photogrammetry cities as a whole. That's clearly the bigger, that's the much bigger problem. So let's go back inside and let's fly for a bit. Just actual flying. There we go. And let's see what we can do. In fact, let's see if I can do this. Wait, that doesn't work. No, it does work. Change fields. Yeah. I want to find nearest. Right, how do I get the nearest ones? Restore defaults and crossfill. No. Keep an eye on my speed, which is kind of high. There's an airport just there. I just want to land there, but I wanted to see if I could. Obviously, we've got an ILS for some airport. I just do not know which airport that's set it to. I think that's Kennedy. I wanted to set it for Newark. Let's bring the aircraft in for a landing. Let's see what happens. And again, I'm not here to hate on one just because I'm a fan of the other or anything like that. That doesn't make any difference to me at all. I don't really need taxi lights, do I? Alright, let's just drop the throttles completely and let's see if I can bring this aircraft down, just like I did last time. I start off too high. Last time I did a spiral. This time I want to see what happens if I drop the nose of the aircraft. That's a horrible line there. Oh, that's, speaking of which, those lines seem to have gone. So there's another improvement. Oh no, wait, is that one? No, that is another improvement. There used to be these weird lines everywhere. They've definitely seemed to have disappeared. So I'm happy about that. Do you think I could idle this all the way in? I think I might be able to, you know. What is this runway? 13? No. It is 13, but... Ah! That's weird. That's completely gone out of alignment. Maybe when I'm in a... Oh, those lines are there. Oh wow, I am able to bring this in on idle the entire way. Let's do a long flare if I can. Come on, come on. I know it's a very long landing, but I'm doing this intentionally. Now we can bring it down. There we go. Not exactly, well, not anywhere near the centre line. Just wanted to see if I could bring the aircraft down on this one. And I tell you what, since we've got a little bit of time, let's floor it again. Let's see what I can do. So once we go again and up. Very nice. Let it climb. Let's just head towards another airfield. So what's my thoughts on all of this? What am I thinking? Positives is they've improved weather, they've improved actual performance, they've improved their aircraft. There's far less bugs in the way of their aircraft. What is that? Oh, it's just a bunch of blocky buildings. So they've definitely improved all of those things. Just realised this is so out of alignment. Well, I realised that last time. I want to know why it goes out of alignment. It shouldn't go out of alignment that quickly. There's no way. Oh look, that's a nice little feature. That's nice. Whatever this area is, could somebody tell me what this area is, please? Anyone who's in New York? Let's climb to, well, I don't know, 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet, we'll look for an airport and then we'll land it again. So yes, what do I like? It is better when it comes to oops, come on. working a few things out. So there we go. I think that's correct. It is better when it comes to performance. There's far less bugs on the aircraft. The aircraft feel better. Just flying around, they do feel a lot better. On the downside, we've still got problems with graphics. We've still got massive problems with the photogrammetry cities. It makes no sense. I mean, I understand. I definitely understand if you're looking at this and thinking, well, you know, you've paid a specific amount of money for it, or you know, it's a work in progress. Someone says to you it's a work in progress. Well, sure, I can certainly appreciate that it is a work in progress. That's without a doubt, I can appreciate that. I know what it's like to work on things that are work in progress. What confuses me, right, there's an airport, there's a runway. That's the runway I was after. I knew there was a runway somewhere out here. That's the runway I took off from in the opposite direction. What confuses me is that when you have a feature that you talk so highly about and then it does not deliver, or it only delivers for some people, makes no sense. So that's what my concerns are. As I said, nothing to do with favoritism on one sim over another. A sim's a sim at the end of the day. Some sims will do things better than others, and as long as you can acknowledge that and accept that, that's fine. But if you're going to tout a feature and you're going to say that, oh, this is special, and photogrammetry was really touted to be that, then you've got to do a good job. I think that the solution for this is to allow level of detail model changes. I think that is the solution, or to allow a higher level of detail on certain things. That is the solution. By that, I've just realised I've probably not explained myself properly or well at all. By that, what I actually mean, and I've just realised that I really do need to switch on my, or mess around with my anisotropic filtering or something. What I'm meaning is that you need to be able to look at this and say, okay, in the distance we've got these problems, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on, you can change your level of detail so that it does not, what's the right word for this? It does not reduce as quickly as it does. So it doesn't go to a higher level or lower level of detail model as quickly as it currently does. And that might help, because then in the far distance you'll have these bad models, but then they're so far away you're not going to notice them. But anything that your eyes could determine and figure out a shape for looks a lot better. And I think that is what they need to do. So there you go. There's a solution. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I did want it to be a lot better, I will admit. So you're not the only ones disappointed if you're looking at this and going, well, that's not right. And again, if you do have a solution with my options or anything, if you have any solutions, let me know. And just to again point out some of the specs, so if someone wants to say maybe you're running a computer with specs too low, I've got an RTX 2070. Okay, that's not the greatest, but it's still fairly good. I've got an Intel i7 10700K. That's running at 5 GHz, 16 cores. Is it 8 core 16 threads? 8 core 16 threads. I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM running at 3200 megahertz, and I have got an internet connection with a download speed of 350 megabits per second, which is fast for the UK, maybe not in other places in the world. And that's hardwired through Cat6 cable, or Cat6A cable, should I say. So I have got pretty good specifications. Let's see what this does. I'm just trying to look around and see if that improves wires and things. I may need to mess around with the NVIDIA settings a little bit for this sort of stuff. But anyway, if you like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Simulator. I am going to take a look at the UK next. I'm not holding out the highest of hopes for it with the photogrammetry, but you never know. You never know. It could just be better. You never know, as I said. Leave a comment letting me know what you think. Do you think I'm being a bit too harsh on this? I certainly do not. I stand by everything I say, and that's taking into account the price, taking into account what they've promised as well. That's more important than just saying the price. What they promised. By the way, I really like the old taxiway. You can just see the old taxiway markings on this, and that is awesome. Look, you can just see it, and the old runway markings they look like. Why the runway markings were bigger, I do not know. I certainly do not know at all. But that actually looks really nice. So again, see positives. There are positives. Swing onto this runway. There we go. Potter along the displaced threshold here. If you can do so, do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ecgadgets. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgets, LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That's all from me, and I will see you next time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where I'm going to take a look at World Update 3, and I'm going to be hoping that perhaps photogrammetry in the UK is better than what I see here in New York. I'll see you then.